So welcome to English again. I hope you all had a great weekend and everything was good. And it's nice to see all of you again. Today we will be talking about articles. Articles can be difficult for some Thai students. So I'll try to explain and go slowly. And we will do more in class once school starts. Okay, today's lesson is articles. And so I will explain what articles are and how to use them. Learning articles can be difficult for Thai students. How to use them, which one to use, because Thai language does not use these words. You don't have them. So there is no translation. I cannot tell you for these words. So what is an article? So there are three articles we will talk about today. Alice, Alice, are you speaking English or not?
ก็จอยวิดีโอเนี่ยเอ้าก็รอ
Okay, so when do we use an article and how do we use it? These are the two
และตลอดทั้งเดือนนี้อย่างที่ได้บอกคุณผู้ชมไปนะครับว่าเราจะมาอยู่ใน
today.
ธีมผีข้ามประเทศครับและสำหรับสัปดาห์นี้ไม่ใช่แค่เฉพาะผีข้ามประเทศ
Alice, can you please mute your microphone? Thank you. So we use articles for nouns in English. There are two types, an unspecific noun, which I will talk about what an unspecific noun is. So for these nouns, we use a or an. If the word starts with most letters, and an. If the next word starts with an A, E, I, O, or U sound. It's not the word that starts with the letter. It's the word that starts with the sound. What sound does the next word make? So example that I give that are a little bit different. If the first sound is like a Y or a W, we use a, not an. Even though it starts with an E, European, ya. It's a Y sound, ya, European. So we say a European country, not an European country. Even though this is an E, it does not have an E sound, it has a Y sound. Another example is one-sided. So this starts with a vowel, an O, but it has a W sound, wa, one. It sounds like W, so we use a. This is not common most of the time. If it starts with A, E, I, O, or U, you'll use an. But just to let you know, it is the sound. It is not the letter that matters. Okay, so another example. So A, E, I, O, U sound. The word hour starts with an H. The first letter is an H, but you say the same as hour. Hour and hour. You say the same. So the first sound is an O sound. So it starts with an O sound. So we write an hour. Even though it is an H, the sound it makes is an O sound. But most of the time, usually it will start with A, E, I, O, or U. But just to let you know, it is the sound. Okay? So next, a or an are only used for singular nouns if there is one. Only if there is one. If there is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then we do not use an article. There is no, you do not say a cats. You can say a cat, but if it is more than one cat, cats, then you do not say a cats. A means one, so you cannot use it if it is more than one of the noun. So I'll use example. So I have dogs. There is more than one dog. So you do not write a. No a. It's just I have dogs. So another. I want pencils for school. So pencils is the noun and it is plural. So we do not say I want a pencil. You can say I want a pencil, but if it is more than one, then we do not use an article. So I ate bananas today. Again, bananas is plural. There is more than one. So we do not write an article. So I can give you some example sentences of an article and how to use it. So I want a phone. We must use an article here in front of a noun. So we cannot just say I want phone. We cannot say that in English. I know in Thai there is no word that you will put, just chan ao tolasap. But in English we must write an article. We must write the article. So I want a phone. This is unspecific. A is for unspecific. So I want any phone. Any phone. Just I want a phone. I want a phone. Or I like cats. It is not specific. It's not your cat or your friend's cat. It is all cats. Any cat. You like cats in general. Not specific to a certain cat or your cat, just any cat or cats you like. So I have a car. Again, this is not specific, it's just a car. You have a car. He a unicorn. This is not correct. We have to have a verb in here. So he is a unicorn. He has a unicorn. He likes a unicorn. Good eye, but you must have a verb. And it is not an. There is a U, but is unicorn. It is a Y sound. Sounds like you. Unicorn. So the sound is a Y sound. So you must use a, not an. And you must have a vowel. And she is an honest girl. So again, it has an H with an because it is an O sound. Honest, honest. It just sounds like on est. It does not, you do not say honest, just honest. Okay? So it is the sound that is important, not the letter. So we can practice a little bit. You can open your chat and type in the chat what you think with what article will be missing. I will give you a sentence and there will be no article. So you have to write in an article. So there's mouse. What article would you write in there? What is missing? So the word that's missing here is ah. There's a mouse. How about we saw the ostrich? Ostrich. Ostrich. Is ostrich a or an? Ostrich. Ostrich. Ostrich is an ostrich. Aw is an O sound. Aw. How about we will go in hour? Or an. So I think most of you got an hour. It starts with an H, but is an O sound. Hour. So how about this one? I have one-wheeled bike. I have one-wheel bike. This is just not an. One, it starts with a W sound. Wa. Wa is W. It's not like ostrich. Aw is an O sound. Wa, one is a W sound. So we do not say A-N. How about he has ugly dog. Ugly. Ugly. This one is an. So is a U sound. Ugly. So that's all for the practice for or an. So next we will talk about unspecific or specific. So how to know the difference between and an or the. An unspecific noun. An unspecific means anyone, not one certain one. If I say my phone, that is a certain phone, that is mine. It's not Torasap Gadai. No, it's Kongchan is mine. So it is specific. Gadai is like unspecific, anyone, anything. So I'll give some examples. So if you feed the same dog every morning you give the same dog food, and you want to talk about that dog, you would say you feed a specific dog. It is one dog, a certain dog. Specific and certain, maybe you don't know these words, but I'll try to explain the difference. If you feed dogs every morning, and you just any dog, different dogs, one day a black dog, different day brown dog, then a white dog, just whatever dog you see, you give food to. And you want to talk about one of them or a new dog, maybe a green dog. then you would talk about an unspecific dog. It's just any dog. It's different dogs. But if you feed the same one, then it's specific. So a or an is only used with a singular noun. If the noun is plural, there is no article used. So I think I said this before, but as an example, if you feed different dogs every morning and you want to talk about one of them, then you just use I feed dogs. You don't say a dogs or an dogs. It's just a dog. If it's just one, just a dog. If you feed different dogs every morning, sometimes a brown one, sometimes a brown one, black one, and you want to talk about all of them or more than one new dog, then you use no articles, just dogs, not a dogs. I hope this makes sense to you, because now we'll start talking about specific nouns. So for specific nouns, a certain dog or a certain noun that you want to talk about, we will use the word the. So again, the same example. If you feed the same dog every morning, is your friend dog, and you want to talk about that dog, your friendly dog, you would use the article the. I feed the dog every day. I feed the dog every day. Means it's the same dog every day, and you know what dog you are talking about. If you feed different dogs, just the first dog you see, you give some food to, and you want to talk about feeding them, then you feed an unspecific dog. It's just the first dog you see, or the biggest dog you see, or any dog you see, then it's unspecific. But if you feed the same dog every day, then it's specific, and you use the. This can be confusing. One good thing with the is if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 100, 1,000, you always use the. For unspecific, and an, only if there is one. If there's 2, 3, 4, 5, you do not say any article. But if you're using the article the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100, 1 million, you always use the. Also, if you are talking with somebody, if you're having a conversation, maybe you talk to your friend, or you talk to your teacher, or you talk to your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and you want to talk about a noun, the first time in a conversation, if you are talking, the first time, use a or an. After that, you are talking about the same thing, so then it becomes specific. So you use the. This is a little bit confusing, so I will go through an example with you to show you. So this is an example conversation with Teacher Ryan and Teacher Far. I just made it up. I don't know, not true, not a real conversation, just a fake conversation, but to show you. So Teacher Ryan says, I saw a movie yesterday. This is the first time I just come to Teacher Far in the morning and say, I saw a movie yesterday. So this is the first time I say a movie. The first time, use a, because it's any movie. So Teacher Far will say to me, she will say, what was the movie called? This changes. Now it is specific, because she is talking about a movie I saw. So it becomes specific. So the first time in a conversation, use a noun. The first time you say a movie. But after that, you say the. And every time after that. So Teacher Ryan says, I saw a movie yesterday. Teacher Far says, what was the movie called? Teacher Ryan says, the movie was called Avengers. Teacher Far said, did you like the movie? Yes, the movie was great. So as you can see, the first time you talk about a movie, it's ah. But after that is always the movie, not a movie. Because we are talking about the specific movie that Teacher Ryan saw yesterday. The first time it's unspecific. After that, we are talking about the same movie. So it becomes specific. So try to remember the first time, or and in a conversation. After that, you will use the. So this is a summary for you to see how or an is used and how the is used. So or an first is used for objects that are not specific or one of several things of similar type. I need a phone. Also, it's used the first time we introduce an object. The same. I saw a movie last night. We use the used for specific objects or objects, if you are talking about it, that both people know what the object is, what the noun is. You're talking about the same noun. So can you give me the book on the table? There will be only one book on the table, and there are two people sitting by the table, so they know it is the book. There is only one book. If there is more than one book, you will say, what book? And use when we mention the object a second time or a third time. Anytime after the first time, use the article the. So this is just a summary of when to use a and the. So how to use it? In a sentence, there are two different places where you can find an article. As you may have already seen, I've given you many example sentences. So the article is written or said before the noun. So a cat, a phone, the movie, the computer. But if there is no adjective, this is how you do. If there is an adjective, then it is written before the adjective. So you will not say, I want new phone. I want new a phone. You cannot say that. You must say it before the adjective new. I want a new phone. So there are two ways, if there is an adjective or no adjective. You put the article before the adjective if there is an adjective. If no adjective, then before the noun. So I'll give you some examples. With no adjective, I buy a fish every day. Can you see the dog? Or maybe I buy a fish every day means I just buy a fish, any fish. I buy any fish. Pagdai. Can you see the dog? So in this, I'll be talking to somebody and there will only be one dog and asking, can you see it? Or I
โอเค
have
บายบายโนโอเคไปแยกย้ายโอเคแยกย้ายไปบายบายโน
a chicken is sitting on an egg. So this is a chicken. Any chicken is sitting on an egg. Any egg. Don't know about this chicken or the egg. So now I will write sentences again, but with an adjective. So you can see. You can see the noun and then the article. the noun and the article is right before. Article, noun.
ดูที่ว่าอะไร ก็
If
เรียน
it
อยู่
has two nouns, you can have a chicken
เรียนแป๊บ
and
เดียว
an egg. And the article is before each noun. So now I will use with an adjective. If there is an adjective, we will change it a little bit. So frozen, Peng. I buy a frozen fish every day. So the article a now is not before fish. Now there is an adjective of frozen. So it goes before the adjective. So another example. Can you see the red dog? So the will go before the adjective of red. Not can you see red the dog? Again, I have a new book. Adjective new. So the article will go before the adjective. And even if there is two nouns and two articles, an ugly chicken is sitting on a small egg. So as you notice also, this is a with chicken, and this is an with egg, because this is an E sound, and this is CH sound. But when we add an adjective, we will change the articles. Now it's an, because ugly has a U sound, and a, because S is a small sound. So it's not the noun. It's not, you don't look at the egg. You just look at the next word, not the egg. And same with a chicken. You don't look at the CH or a or an. You just look at the next word, whether it's an adjective or a noun. So sometimes there is no article. You do not write it. And there are 3 times an unspecific plural. So if it's instead of a dog, dogs, then there is no article. No. An unspecific, uncountable noun. So I want water. You don't say I want a water. Unless you mean I want a bottle of water, you can say. But water is uncountable. You cannot say I want a salt. So you just say I want salt. And the last one, if there is only one of the noun. So I will go through some examples of when there is only one of something. So countries, there's only one Thailand, one Canada, one America. So you don't say the Thailand, a Canada, the America. You don't use it in front of countries. Unless it is an abbreviation, if it's the UK or the USA, then you will use. So another is provinces or cities. So there is only one Pichit. There's not more than one Pichit. So you do not write a or the. Same with California or Bangkok or New York, Los Angeles. Same with languages. There is only one Thai language. There is only one English. So we use no article. We don't use a or the with a language. Next one is places with a name. So there is only one Suvarnabhumi Airport, only one Lumpini Stadium, only one Bungsi Phai. So we do not use a or the with these nouns because there is only one. Also, objects are people where there is only one. So a person's name Usually there is only one. There's only one teacher Ryan. So do not say a teacher Ryan, the teacher Ryan, or the moon. There is only one moon. So you'll never say a moon. You will say the moon. Okay, so a little quiz. So I'll give you 10 questions and you can choose to write the, a, and. Okay? So can you see the sun? I have to go quickly because we are running out of time. He loves to eat apples. We had a great time. I want to go to Japan. Isanlok is the city in Thailand. I want a new pencil. Any pencil is okay. S is the letter in English. Can you give this to the mind? I saw a man and a dog. The man was old. Canada is the interesting country. So there are 10. You can write a, the, and, or no article. There is only a couple minutes left, so I will have to go through these quickly with you. So I will just show you the answers. So first, can you see the? Can you see the sun? Next, he loves to eat apples. There is no article here, nothing. We had a great time. I want to go to Japan. There is nothing here, no article. Pisanlok is a city in Thailand. You do not put an article in front of the city or in front of Thailand, but in front of the word city, you will write an article. I want a new pencil. Any pencil is okay. I want a new pencil. S is a letter in English. Can you give this to? Mind. There is no article. I saw a man and a dog. This one, the man was old. The, because the man was already said. The first time we say a man. The second time we say the man. And Canada is an interesting country. So there is no article in front of Canada because it's a country. But the word country, then we do write an article. And it is before the adjective interesting. So I will show you all the example, all the answers nicely, because my writing is not very nice. So we are running out of time. So I will say goodbye to you and have a good day and good afternoon, and we will see you again tomorrow. So goodbye.